Down in a coop near the old Garnet Gate lived a young little rooster who dreamed to be great. He gobbled up books, both fact and pretend, with pages and chapters his very best friend. He read about heroes with courage and grace, and dreamed of one day finding his place. So up from the coop, with his book and his shoes, to the big Gamecock campus, where dreams do come true. In classes he learned to dance and to crow. With each new day his dreams seemed to grow. A mascot, he thought, with feathers and pride, who also helps children use books as their guide. Now Cocky's not just the bird full of cheer who pumps up the crowd when the Gamecocks appear. He's also the friend who helps young minds soar, because opening a book is like opening a door.
Yes. Okay. Gather round.
Hello, everybody. So my name is Margaret, and I'm here with Cocky's Reading Express from the University of South Carolina. Do you guys?
So Cocky's Reading Express is the University of South Carolina's literacy outreach initiative.
So you have all of these sort of cool different elements coming together to make what is possibly the coolest literacy event that you can have in a school building.
So what we do is we travel around the state of South Carolina visiting Title I elementary schools.
But before we read, we need to warm up a few body parts, okay? So the first body part that we are going to warm up is our seeing body part, the body part that we live with, which is our eyes, yeah. You're going to want to make them warm because we are about to test you. We are going to have a staring contest. 4th grade versus college students.
You have folks like Margaret Cook Jackson, who is sort of the ringleader of all of it. You have Cocky, of course. Makes everything better. And then you have this amazing selection of books that kids get to self-select, choose things that meets their own identity, that's just spreading literacy everywhere from the school building all the way to their home.
Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Is it going to be the kids or is it going to be the college students? Kids win!
We have high energy storytime programs, so that means that we do read-alouds, we sing songs, we do dancing, and most importantly, every single student gets to pick a book to take home to keep.
And then let's have a moment of gratitude and say, thank you, Brain!
It started back in 2005, so it was a student government initiative founded by Tommy Preston. It was just going to be a week-long thing where they traveled around to a few elementary schools, and I mean, the magic of Cocky's Reading Express really stuck. So we've been going strong for 20 years.
Cocky's Reading Express is a tremendous support to the curricular initiatives that we have surrounding literacy in our district. It does so in a multitude of ways. Number one among them is just making sure that our students see reading as a fun activity that is relevant to them in their lives.
Sometimes teachers are reminding the kids about how they need to behave during a story time, but really I say, throw story time rules out the window. I want the kids singing with me, I want them dancing with me, and I want them screaming their heads off.
As far as what we do when we're reading, a lot of that is improv on the volunteers' parts. The volunteers have recently started acting out some of the things that we describe in that book, talking about an animal hunting, they'll like act that out.
The animal floats by, the blobfish simply opens its mouth.
They didn't know what to do. They were standing at the front, they didn't know what to do, so they just started acting things out as they were read aloud, and now it's a pivotal part of our program.
And that's my favorite thing about CRE. We definitely make it interactive, and we like to show kids that it's fun to read. Of course, if you see a bunch of college students like acting a fool and like falling on the ground, trying to dance, like I love seeing their dance moves and see like the versatility in the room. So, you know, I love how we make it interactive. We're not just like pulling out a book and reading it with a monotone voice and the kids are falling asleep. No, kind of showing them that reading can be engaging, it can be fun. And so they kind of take the way we read it, and hopefully that's how they read it when they go home. So it's a cool way to pass on the interactivity.
So by the time you're in college, you're thinking about really what you want to be when you grow up. And I've got a whole bunch of college students here with me today. Would you like to meet them? Yeah!
My name is Jordan. I am an information science major and I want to be a data scientist.
Good morning. Do you know what a data scientist is?
I want to be a brain doctor, be a school librarian. I want to be a lawyer.
Hi y'all, my name is Caitlin. I'm an elementary education major and I want to be a teacher.
Good morning.
These amazing USC students come in and showcase their storytelling skills, and sharing a little bit about their personal lives and what they're going to USC for allows our students to see that. So as they're working through their coursework here in our schools, they can kind of see that end goal of where they might end up.
So last week there I was handing out stickers, and one of the little girls, I mean, they were waiting to see Cocky, but all she wanted to do was talk to one of our volunteers because she and the volunteer shared the same name. So she was just asking me if she could please meet Shakira. And so here's this girl who, yes, she saw Cocky, yes, she picked out a book, but the thing that's gonna stick in her mind is the fact that there was this college student who cared about her and her experience with literacy.
Not every kid has access to books, has access to books that they actually want to read. So I think that the coolest thing about CRE is not only are they seeing older people, like we're college students, so obviously when you're 5 or 6 years old, that's like, oh my gosh, it's an older person, it's a role model. So you're seeing like people who could potentially be inspiring to you, most inspiring them that they can dream big, that, you know, they can do everything that they think that they can, you know, it's kind of like the sky's the limit, you know.
Every once in a while you'll have a kid that gives you a hug after they pick out their book, which is a really fun thing. Sometimes they don't even tell you, they just like sneak up behind you and like give you a hug, but it really shows like how much it means to them to be able to be a part of that program and to have received the book.
So one of the goals of Cocky's Reading Express is to increase access to high quality, high interest books. You think about the statistics, 2/3 of low income families do not have home libraries. So we're really working to combat that number because we know research shows that just access to one self-selected book is going to have a positive impact on reading scores.
You know, these students just get really, really excited about having a book and it being their own, and sometimes I'll have them open the front page where that sticker is, it says this book belongs to, and tell them they can write their name in it. And so just that ownership of like, this is my book, I get to keep it, they get super excited about reading.
The truth is, you know, when you're a kid, you don't have an awful lot of choice with things that you're doing. A lot of things are sort of prescribed for you. You know, you're gonna go to this class, you're gonna study this, you're gonna do these things. And so something like Cocky's Reading Express, when it comes into a building and offers this different level of engagement where students do have this entire selection of books that they can choose from, and they get to make that selection for something that's relevant and meaningful to their personal life, is one of the coolest things ever.
So we make such a big difference in kids' lives. Like as a volunteer, we get to witness it firsthand. But obviously to keep that going, we do need donations. That's what we run off of. That's how we're able to give every child a free book. And no, it's not just random books. Like these are new books, great books. I'm talking Dog Man, Bad Guys. Oh, that's a good one. But it's also that they're having access to books and literacy that they can take home, and hopefully it inspires them to keep reading, keep getting involved. They have to promise Cocky to read every day. So I hope that they keep their promise.
Cocky just needs you to do one small favor. Cocky needs you to promise that you will read every single day. Can you do it?
I mean, reading is at the root of really everything that we do. You can't do math if you can't read. Cocky's Reading Express, we're not teaching students to read because of the fact that we are serving the entire state and we don't have that capacity, but we are changing the landscape around reading. We're making it exciting. We're making sure that students have access to cool books. And then through our little free library program, we're continuing that access.
They are those moments that stick with you as a kid, right? There's a million amazing things that happen in our school, but I promise you, any of our students who have been to a Cocky's Reading Express, even if it was 15 years ago, they still have this memory of like, oh man, don't you remember when like all of those USC students came to our school and showed us that they were invested in what we were doing at our school, and then Cocky showed up, and then there was all these books we could pick from, and it wasn't like somebody just gave us a book, but we got to pick our own book, and like how cool was that? Like those are the things, those are the moments that last with our students year on year, and will be those things that are sort of forever burned in their brain, become just that long-lasting piece of their literacy story.
You're showing the kids that you can be anything, you can do anything. Reading can take you places, the university can take you places, and it's so fun. And that is our goal, fun.
From the coupe to the cab of that Reading Express, Cocky found purpose that lives on in us. Remember, his journey began with one look, a curious glance in a well-loved book.
Hi, Cocky. So tell us, what do you love about Cocky's Reading Express?